Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name's Kyle, and we got a special, set of videos, so definitely check the playlist that I will attribute this video to. But we're in Texas, and I'm helping my buddy Jordan Smith build an LP home. So what that means is that we are utilizing the LP structural solution portfolio on this entire structure. I'm not gonna be able to build this whole house for this video right now, but we're gonna touch them all. We're gonna get to use them and get a good feeling for all of them for sure, so I can give you my thoughts. So let's go around the house and start doing some projects. All right, so we're just setting up right now for a little bit of a shoot, an installation, tips and tricks, technique shot on the LP Legacy Premium subfloor. So what I gotta do is I'm trying to get my first line snapped. That way, if you don't start straight, you can't end straight. And even though this is just for the shot, I still want it to be perfect because I don't want to look like a goofball who doesn't know what he's doing. Hey, quiet, man. This is my channel. The one problem with traveling is I never have everything that I need, so you kind of make do with what you have, because Jordan doesn't have. Jordan, you don't even have a tool belt on yet, man.
No, I gotta go grab it.
Certain tools, though, you can't leave home without. Chalk line, tool belt, hammer, all that good stuff.
Hey guys, come on over real quick. We gotta make sure we're all on the same page.
See, we don't get a whole lot done here. We do just a little bit of work, and then we gotta go back and prepare for the shot. So I'll be back here in a minute. Jordan must have sold out to Pazlo because we got all these Pazlo guns. I've used a lot of Pazlo cordless, which is cool, but this is Tetra Grip, and this is not sponsored, guys, but it is pretty killer. Check out these nails, collated. I mean, these things are made for subfloor. Maybe we'll do a little test at some point.
We're going to do a test. We'll figure out some place here to just come out with some sort of engineered wood, and we'll do monkey bars out until
nailed with Tetra Grip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then a smooth.
Okay, you do that. We'll record, Greg. I'm just glad it's not hot out because I would be sweating like crazy all the running around I'm doing trying to make this thing work out. Oh, hey, Jordan, what's up?
Howdy.
Jordan's doing a good job too, man.
Doing a great job.
Really. Look at this flannel, though. I like it.
Yeah, I got all the layers. I got flannel, then waffle, then t-shirt.
Okay. You ever heard of True Work?
Do they come in flannel?
That's a good question. This way. These are so rigid.
They are.
They're the most rigid subfloor I've ever touched.
Yeah. Oh my little Mickey Mouse pencil went. I want to use my orange.
Yeah, we'll just make a nice clean cut so it looks good.
On the mark.
Trip over that sucker. Hearing protection, eye protection, check.
Really nice spot.
So this is how it goes.
Hurry
Work
up
for a couple
and wait.
minutes. Yeah. That's okay. Man, it's been a long day, dude.
Yeah.
And you know what? Actually, I learned something today.
I learned something too.
What'd you learn?
It's groove.
No
You know
kidding?
what that's for? Yeah.
Dude, I had no idea.
No idea.
I always thought that this groove was a manufacturer, like an overcut.
I'm going to do a story on it. It's going to be awesome.
I'm gonna do a story on it, I think.
Yeah, but let me do the story first, because
Well, I don't, but I have more followers.
that's true. But
So I'll let you
It's
get
sort
a
of my
running
house.
start.
all right, I'll do half of it.
Yeah,
and then,
I'll let you do it first.
all right, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
right.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. So I want to share something with you guys that I'd never known until this trip. You see these grooves? I always see them on our tongue and groove subfloor that we've used in the past, and I always thought it was an oversight by manufacturing, that they were basically overcutting something. But these grooves actually allow a channel for when the water gets in your tongue and groove section, it can work around and make its way out, therefore not leaving puddles all over your floor deck when it's, you know, during the middle of construction. So I had no idea that that engineering was even in the panel, but it sure is. So now you know. Maybe pointless information, but I like to learn anything I can. So this is the LP Legacy Subflooring, and this is by all means a premium subfloor. It's not your everyday run-of-the-mill big box store 3/4 tongue and groove. This stuff is legit. This is the 1 1/8", which is their top of the line. It's made with the Gorilla Glue. I'm telling you, I don't even know how I can really, you know, share it with you guys in video. But when you walk across this floor, it feels like you're walking on cement. Look at this. This has actually been down for a couple weeks now. When I showed up, we got a full day of rain, and it was just sitting on here, puddling up everywhere. And there is not a buckle. It looks just as good right now, minus the dirt, the scuffs, and all that good stuff. You're not gonna have to worry about coming back and having to sand all these joints when you're putting on your finished flooring. So that's a big bonus as a builder. Anytime you don't have to do another step, I hate going back and doing rework.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tell you what, one thing I've learned for sure is that I really probably got soft on GRKs, because when I use other screws here, these are, I don't even know what they are, they're just some general purpose decking framing screw. Jordan needs to learn what a real screw is. This thing. Hey,
Hey,
you can hear me?
those were in the back of my car, ready for use.
Well-
Your GRKs may be great, but they don't do you much good if you don't got them.
It's true, but I'm gonna make sure these find a hole somewhere on site. All right, I'm coming, Jordan.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna start pulling it. Just keep your hand on it for balance, because once it goes out that hole,
We got it?
there we go. Going over top of that guy. That's it. So I'm up here doing this Tech Shield. It's the LP Tech Shield, which has the radiant barrier. And, you know, I know a lot of people might be saying, is that really worth it? Is it going to make a difference? I will say this. We were just standing downstairs before I came up here next to the weatherlogic, which doesn't have a radiant barrier. It has the air-water barrier, but no radiant barrier. And the heat on the backside was so noticeable because it was radiating through the panel. This guy, you can put your hand on the back side and you don't even notice it. Now here in Texas, when the sun shines a lot bigger than Illinois, I think it's a very wise decision of Jordan to use this. And so if it's something that you're going to be doing in the future, like resheathing your roof system or building a new house, man, I would look at the cost difference, because there is no labor difference when using the product. So we're gonna try and wrap this up. I got like 3 full sheets and some cuts, and then we can get off this roof. It is super windy up here because the way the direction's coming, the sheet's not really going anywhere. I'm just making sure that I've got the proper 1/8" gapping. So that's the beauty of Tech Shield. It's no different than any other OSB roof decking. You just got to make sure you space it properly, and you should be good to go. Flip this over. We're gonna go up a little higher so we can have some more control.
Oh, so beautiful.
We couldn't have gotten that tech shield done any quicker because maybe you can tell, maybe you can't. The wind is whipping and that steep 14-12 pitch roof is no joke. I said we finished it, but that bottom row is not done, guys, because this is, once again, movie magic to an extent. Remembering that the purpose of this trip was not just to physically build an entire house. It was to build a house with the structural components out of the LP structural portfolio, which is pretty amazing. It's kind of, I don't know if it's a one of a kind, but I've never ever seen anybody do it. So it's pretty cool to be a part of. And we finally finished up what we were going to do with the tech shield. So let's move on to weatherlogic, which is, I think, one of the products that a lot of people are going to have questions about. weatherlogic is this air and water barrier all-in-one product. It's a structural panel. It's your WRB, so you don't have to worry about any house wrap. It's going to save you time on the job site, similar to another product, you know, on the market. But this, I know, actually specifies an APA rating, which is a benefit. It's going to be permeable, so it's going to let that moisture out that's coming on the inside. It's not going to stop that, and it does have a UL rating. It's really just a bunch of great benefits all in one panel. We're going to go ahead and start installing it. So when you're installing weatherlogic, make sure, just like every other OSB type product that's engineered, you got to make sure that you've got your 1/8" gap. We just always use a simple nail. It's pretty much a common practice for carpenters. A lot of guys say, oh, I use my speed square. Unless you have potentially a Martinez titanium square that's 1/8" exactly, not all speed squares are 1/8". So just double check. Well, no, that's a beauty. That's an LP. That's
gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just not an 1/8".
It does get you square cuts. All right. I'm on my mark. Whenever you like your flush top. Yep.
Yep.
Right across the top. When you're doing the weatherlogic, also 6 inches down the butt joints, and then throughout the field you can do that 12-inch spacer with the nails, so you don't have to go crazy. It's most important to get that 6-inch on the perimeter. A lot of times you might get some nails that don't go in. We are dealing with engineered lumber. The Solid Star LSL is super rigid, very dense. So it's touchy because you don't want to go too deep. You see this guy right here? This is too deep. That's because the, who knows what? It doesn't matter. You got to take a 4-inch square of the tape that LP provides you and go ahead and cover that up. Good. So obviously once you've got the weatherlogic installed, you've got this gap that's no good for an air and water barrier, so that's why you've got the weatherlogic tape, and it's going to come with your order, and it's also going to come with this squeegee. We've probably all heard that term, roll the tape. No rolling here, guys. It's all squeegee action, and I like it. I feel like I can really apply pressure and just feel good that I'm getting that clue to Jordan. I'm going to bring you in. Yeah. What is the term? Because I heard you say it. I heard
Wetting.
You share it.
Wetting.
Now explain that.
You want to wet the adhesive. So with all adhesives, you have something called the wetting angle. The higher the surface energy, the more it bubbles up. So think of your car. When you freshly wax it and you put water on it,
okay,
you've got a super low energy surface, and that water wants to stick once lowered, it's free energy, so it's going to bubble up and roll off, right?
Really?
When you've got a bunch of scratches, that water, that's a high energy surface, and that water is going to wet out. It's going to be a really low angle and spread out. Well, that's what you want to do here. You want to force that adhesive to spread out. You want to wet it out. And so you're pushing that in with your pressure. This is a rough surface and you're pushing it in there. And then it's important to remember that you've got 24 hours before it sets up.
Okay.
So you can apply, pull it off, throw it away. You can't reapply it. But then put another piece on and you got about 24 hours before
So what
it
happens
sets
after
up.
24 hours?
They say it's permanently stuck. We've got to test it out.
We should see how much it really tears the fibers of the wood.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys are curious. I know that. So, all right, I guess I'll just tape this off and then maybe you can show me, because I know you guys have already done some of this.
Yep.
So 24 hours, way longer than that. So how long has it been? Probably since the first piece of tape got put on.
Some of that over there has been up for about a week. I mean,
All right, we're going to test it. Stay tuned. Right here you can see that's probably what Jordan was talking about. I didn't like that. It didn't lay real nice, so I can just pull it off. I got a little bit of time. I can re-squeegee that and it's going to be perfect. Important thing also to note is that LP wants you to shingle your tape. So think about water. Water always runs downhill and over things. So don't run a piece up above and then lap a piece below it over top of it. You want to start yourself at the bottom and work your way to the top. Now I know you guys might have some questions about the WeatherLogic structural panel. Make sure you guys drop them down below in the comments. Of course, LP Corp is going to have all the proper installation technique, guidelines, and all the information that you could ever want. So check it out. The cool thing about LSLs is because they're structural, because they've been engineered, most of the time when you're building a wall specifically, like we're doing for a kitchen, when you've got cabinets on the back side, you got to be very conscious of crowns. Jordan, do you need any crowning on these?
none whatsoever. Straight from the factory, straight down.
You know, and it's going to hold that integrity for the life because that's how it's been engineered, and
it doesn't dry. When you got normal wood showing up to your house, it's straight out of the mill, it's wet, and even if you install it straight, by the time you come and put your finishes on, you start getting a little of that. You don't have that with this.
No need to worry. It's going to acclimate and not change, so that's pretty cool. Let's build this wall.
Let's do it.
So if you've ever framed a wall, you know that when you frame to your first plate, it's always easy because you can just put the lumber right where you want it. But when you go to the other end, how many times is regular 2x4 framing perfect? Or just the racking on the board? What a pain in the butt. These things, you line up where you want to be, and it's always going to be basically right where you want it. I like it. The trigger, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, so we switched the trigger. The first day we had the single pull. It's weird. It's like you pull and there's a delay in the thump.
Yeah, even I think as this is, there's like a little bit of a
delay.
Sensing. I don't know what that's for. It's got a pretty nice rafter hook, so that's nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. I just want to have you fake it.
Sure.
Get one wet. So just don't hit it. Just put it up against it.
Okay.
Stay right there for me. Feel it come down a little bit. There, yeah. And Kyle, if you can, just turn your chin a little bit towards me.
Yeah, it just starts.
It just doesn't have the.
You gotta have big. Like you said, a bigger hose.
Actually, I think it's more the hose because what's happening is it's requiring so much volume.
So you're getting like one bang from the
hose fills up,
and then it decompresses and it doesn't.
It
keep
can't
up
fill
with
up. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
no different than a pipeline.
Yeah.
You can't, if it's not big enough, you ain't getting oil at the
Yeah.
other side. So, yeah, it's not this gun per se. You can see now what I'm talking about. We're going to come in here, and there's not going to be any need for any tweaking because it's already perfect. That can be kind of shown right here. Look at this. I don't have to tweak it, and I can't tweak it. It's so rigid. You know, I kind of went around and I was showing everybody about all the, you know, portfolio items, right? We got this LP structural solution portfolio.
Yep.
But what has been the biggest advantage for you? Because as the guy buying all this stuff, the guy, you know, down the road, the next builder that's got to buy a package, why would you?
Yeah. So one of the biggest advantages to me is the fact that when we bought this through BMC here locally,
Okay.
I sent them my floor plan and my foundation plan. They sent it to the LP distributor who does all the engineering because this is an engineered package.
Yeah, everything is engineered.
Everything's engineered. So they told me exactly what my spacing for my I-joist should be on the second floor, how deep they should be. I told them we're going to be running mechanicals through there. They said, okay, well, we're going to make that a little bit thicker for you. They told me what the spacing should be on the floor, how thick it should be. I told them I wanted a 2x6 wall to get my insulation, and they did everything else. I mean, I just answered a few questions, and they came with a very specific plan, prints back to me of saying, here is your product, here's how much you need, and this is exactly where to put it.
So that basically saves the cost of an architect, or no? An
Of
engineer?
an engineer. Of an engineer, for sure.
Because you had the architectural plan.
Exactly.
You knew what you wanted.
Exactly. And they gave me the engineered plans back, saying that if you build it like this, we stand behind all of the design.
Everything is rigid. So
Super
as a
rigid.
builder, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Knowing that someone's going to stand behind it, and
Yep.
it's an entire package,
Yep.
that's a pretty big plus and an added benefit. So pretty cool. If you guys are looking for more information about the LP Structural Solution Portfolio, go ahead and check. I'll put a link down below in the description. Go check out Jordan, okay? His YouTube channel is Jordan Smith Builds.
Jordan Smith Builds.
It's on Instagram, Jordan
Yep.
Smith Builds.
Yep.
And he just started up a new building company called
Smith House Company.
So awesome. I'm excited for you, dude. I've been excited to come down here, help you with this project, be a part of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And
we're
I can't.
super grateful to you again for coming out. This
Well,
has been
we're going to be
awesome.
back because we're going to do Smart Side.
Smart side, we're going to do window installs.
Yeah.
We're going to get a geeky on the building science. It's going to be fun.
I like it, man. I dig it. Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right.
I got to
Thanks.
head back to Illinois where it is a balmy single digit. So I got a little suntan today. Tomorrow, I'll be crying.
This is about as cold as it gets. So we're
Whatever, dude. I'm out. Okay, I've got a Tetra Grip Pasload nail here. This is great for subfloor applications. It's got a a special helical looking shaft on it. We'll show you that in a bit. But I'm gonna drive. Look at this, just to make sure they don't think we're cheating. Look, nothing's fastened. All right, bring it to my line right there. I'm gonna drive one nail, and I'm just gonna shimmy out here and see how far I can go. That's one nail. That is impressive. Imagine if you followed the spec of this subfloor and put a nail every 6 inches around the perimeter and 12 inches in the field. This is crazy, bro. You see this? Stop playing around.